Welcome back, everyone. This is Voyage of the Fallen Star, episode 11, where our crew of adventurers is searching for a piece of star metal and has to make their way through the treacherous jungles of Igni'ka, a volcanic island paradise, but also full of threat such as dark elves, monsters, elementals, what have you. But there's, of course, always treasure to be found ahead.
Good.
Yes. So, Veritas, you missed last week, so you shouldn't go first, probably.
Did
I
he?
think.
No, I thought he missed the week before last week.
That's correct. I was
Oh,
here
you
last
were here
week.
last week.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead. How are you doing, Chad?
Well, in that case, yes. Well, as Zach mentioned, I'm Chad, who was here last week and is here this week, and is excited once again to be reprising the role of Varanus, the golden dragonborn fighter turned wizard.
For 2 weeks running.
2 weeks running, yeah, back by popular demand. Uh, Yeah, so last time we arrived at the Blazing Isles. We fought on the beach and repelled some of those dastardly black rifters who seemed to know we were there, or else we were supremely unlucky. Something like that. Both seem very plausible. Uh, and we managed to fight them off and take a prisoner in a move that was controversial last time. And well, it was for better or for worse.
I guess.
At least that's my memory. But they have come along with us now, and we are continuing our mad dash through the Isles, trying to beat our rivals to the fallen star fragment. We have an astral compass. They have an astral compass. Who will prevail? I'm hoping, and I'm betting us. So that's where we are.
It's good. I'm glad that you're betting on us. Super awkward.
What
if you
about-
have the money on
I'm
somebody
not
else.
betting. I'm not betting a lot. I've only got like 200 gold or something. So, no. Yes, I think we got this. But we shall see.
All right. How about you, Kylum?
Yeah, I'm also like, let's go. It's this island adventure. Let's get into this thing and see what lies out there in the craziness of the islands that have a name that I definitely remember.
The Blazing
That are
Isles.
Blazing.
Got it.
There's a cluster of volcanic islands, which
I
seem
thought
to
it
be
was,
quite active.
I thought it was islands full of stoners.
Those are the Blazed Isles.
That's right. Yeah, I wanted to go there. Can we turn around?
Yeah, we had a we had a good fight with the enemy pirate marauders.
Yes.
Took their, I don't know, leader. I don't know if that's actually what she was, but like whatever this elf was doing working with them, who's
yes,
apparently part of this like organization called the something chain. I mean, I'm gonna read up in the note.
All right, here's the elf to show everyone this veiled elf.
Right.
And if you
So
notice,
the iron chain.
Right.
yeah. And if you notice, you got to sort of look in close there, but you can see these white, almost freckles all across her exposed skin. Her face, and they almost look like a starry field, like constellations.
Yeah.
On her skin.
I think the fact that you keep bringing that up suggests
Yeah.
that probably doesn't mean anything. That's so yeah, definitely a lot to learn about both our elf captive and what the iron chain is up to and how they have their own astral compass, as well as I'm also curious about what the native dark elf population is all about and their struggles with the raiders. So hopefully we'll find some answers to that, as well as the missing piece, or the next piece of the fallen star fragment.
Yeah. Bungo Barleybrook.
What up? It's your boy Bungo. I'm very excited to be here as well. Not a big fan of slavers, and doubly not a fan of slavers who are in between me and that precious, sweet star metal that we're after. Um, so yeah, I'm feeling good. I feel like we were a little shaky on the way here, but now that we've got our feet on the ground, like we're back in the game.
Right. The battle for the beach was hard fought and hard won.
Yes.
But
Also, Bungo, I also got to point out, I think we may be approaching Scarlet Kate's treasure.
Well, keep it down. You don't want every landlubber in 100 miles to hear you, do you? Of course, we're approaching Scarlet Kate's treasure.
you tell him, Bungo. You tell him. I can smell it. Smell it. So close. All right. And what about Captain O'Marin?
Captain O'Marin has been traipsing through this jungle filled with insects and just jungle shit for more than a day. He's exhausted, he misses the ocean, and is going to plod on because fortune favors the bold.
Right. Yes, you've definitely, through that last trek, you accumulated one level of exhaustion. As you guys have now marched 12 hours straight after resting a short while after that battle. So you've marched straight on into the depths of night, although, again, it doesn't get as dark as you might think because of the ambient light of the volcanoes and blue-green aurora that is constantly shifting above. The jungle itself has just been a cocoon of sound. At any time of day, there's insects, bird calls, the rumble of the volcano itself that you feel occasionally under your feet, but also here through the air, the hissing of steam vents, right? That release these phosphorus and sulfurous gases, all builds to shut out almost all any sign of noise or anything around you. So just to reiterate, everyone has disadvantage on perception checks made to hear. But so far that hasn't been a problem. And so yes, as we left you guys off, thus far you had found one of these cooled magma rivers that has, a long ago stream of magma wiped out just this swath of jungle here. And there was a strange azurite crystal over 3 feet in length. And it seemed to, amplify magic in an aura around it. And now, so Varanus decided it might be more useful to harvest. And so you did with a great heave of effort. You broke off the crystal. The magic will only last for a couple more days, you sense, but it's a potent buff. However, you do have to be wielding that crystal in at least one hand in order for the benefit to spread out. It goes out 20 feet from the crystal's bearer.
Could you send me, if it's not too much trouble,
Sure.
the text for that? Just so I'll copy it into my sheet. But yeah, as I recall, I kind of have wrapped the crystal in some twine and kind of have it hanging around my lower back, like almost like a, almost like a belt or something, but not really.
All right, let's see.
That's right, crystal. Lovely.
And so as you guys were harvesting the crystal, Varanus, you had been using the astral compass's magical detection properties, and had also detected the hints of magic coming from this patch of sand in the middle of the jungle. Uh, and as you look at it in the shifting light from overhead, the sand seems to have a special glitter to it, right? Even more so than normal sand.
Yes, the something is glowing from deep within the sand. Is that right?
No, it's not glow. It's like the sand itself is more like shiny and reflective and glittery than normal sand.
It's made out of something. The sand itself is made out of some kind of rock or something that is not what we would normally think
Yeah, I think
or normally
just like
expect.
Yeah, I think it's sort of call everyone's attention to it in case the rest of the party has. Like, you'll see that. I sort of point toward the sand and maybe just kind of move over cautiously. Maybe does it look like we could just go around it here? This way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can easily go around it. That's
So I
it's
think I just
not
kind
a
of go
problem.
around and am looking at it just to see if there's, you know, maybe modeling the path for any of those who don't want to
Sure.
go through there.
I mean, I'm curious as to like what this is all about. Like, this might
If
be
you
made
want
out
to
of something.
continue using the compass too, to concentrate again, like and try making our Arcana check to learn the school or anything, or more about the magic, you can do that too.
Yes.
Ray, you're the one with the compass.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I was definitely not just making a macro for my pistol. Wait, so you need me to help navigate? Is that what's happening here?
We're thinking, detect magic. Detect magic.
Yeah, it has the at will detect magic, I believe. So we can
okay.
maybe see what's up with this sort of unusual sand here.
All right, I will tap into the magic of the compass and give it a wave tentatively near the sand.
Well, it detects magic. Do you concentrate on the magic?
Sure.
Trying to figure out. Okay, so you're getting the sense of illusion magic is going on here.
Sand's no sand. It's something else that isn't sand.
Bungo, I don't know. Like, what do you know about illusions like this? Is it dangerous if we touch it or get near it?
Generally, the illusion itself, not very dangerous, I can tell you that. Probably what it's hiding, however, dangerous. See, that's the trick.
Wise
Mari's gonna
words,
say,
Bungo.
Kylam, we've been dragging this friend of ours all the way here. Why don't maybe stick her toe in the sand and see what becomes of it?
I will turn to our captive and say, like, do you know what this is?
She shakes her head. Remember, yeah, she's been pretty
Gagged.
terse. Well, and gagged. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So she wasn't much very talkative before the gag, and now she's tried to say a few things, but
Yeah. I will, rather than risking somebody, even if it's a captive, I will pick up a rock off the ground and just sort of like, not a big one, but like, like a fist, kind of looks like this. I can see some like rocks over here, right?
Sure,
So I'm gonna
absolutely.
go grab one of those and just like chuck it underhanded so that it flies and lands in the middle of the sandy pile.
Yeah. So as you go to grab a rock, you actually notice this pile of rocks seems to be remnants of some ancient structure as well.
Okay. All right.
They're sort of fitted together a little bit. But yeah, you're able to find a nice fist-sized rock and toss it in. And as the rock hits the sand and starts tumbling forward, suddenly the sand around it starts to swirl and the rock disappears.
Okay. I would recommend we do not walk through that. My
Agreed.
takeaway is I think Vernus, you had the right idea all along. Let's go around.
All right, this way, and I kind of start moving through this. I don't know how dense this brush is here, but yeah, I think the intent is to move this way.
But couldn't we just stop to collect a sample? Says the doctor or the surgeon.
That
If you want a
sounds
sample,
like him.
take it. Yeah, take it yourself.
Very good job, Zach. That feels on brand. Yes.
So yeah, he leans over very carefully and starts scooping some into a vial. But then he noticed the vial disappears in his hand. But he's like, I can still feel it. It's still here. I just can't see it.
Oh.
Oh. Does
Strange.
sand like dust of invisibility?
Why would somebody have like a pile of dust of invisibility like sitting in the? I mean, I think it is, but like.
Well, if anyone wants to make an Arcana check,
I can try that. I have some knowledge of magic.
speaking
I'll
of
give
which,
it a whirl.
Kylum, are you how are you dealing with the prisoner?
Mostly just like making sure that she walks by me. That's it. It's just like not like we are basically standing like side by side the whole time, and
Sure.
anytime that I move forward, I'm making sure that she's like
I got
coming with me, basically not letting her get like more than a foot away.
But she's not on a leash or anything. She's just
No, but I
next
think
to each
that
other.
she is gagged and like at least her hands are tied up like handcuff
Mhm.
kind of style, where it's like
Sure.
can't really like cast spells or anything is the idea. But it's not enough that she's like hobbled or like not able to walk right or do
Mhm.
basic things.
Mhm.
So mostly just keeping her like an arm in reach in case
Sure.
something happens.
Yeah, Veritas, you're looking at this sand and it just sort of forms together in your head, right? Because you haven't studied
Aha.
magic too long. Yeah, you get an insight based on what Amaran said that if a shard of the star came this way, this might be star residue of some sort.
And I think I
yes.
probably like kneel down and am like looking at little barely grains and
And as you do, your fingers start to disappear a little bit.
And I say, "No, this is not sand. This is stardust."
But functionally, yes, dust of disappearance.
Okay.
And Sweetness is like, oh, so it's useful.
Yeah, but it is magic. I don't know how you feel about that.
Well, I mean, I could study it. Having something magic in physical form, that gives the perfect way to investigate.
So, like, how much of this stuff is there? Could we take, like, bags of it?
Perhaps, I guess, Varanus's check was quite good. So, you know that you could probably get several, applications, uses of dust. But gathering it up, right, and sort of trying to sift it and stuff, each
While it's turning everything invisible all the while, like.
yeah, each use will take a minute to harvest by a single creature. Yeah.
I think it's definitely Captain. If you're okay with it, I think it's definitely worth it for us to.
Spending 10 minutes on.
Yeah.
This could prove very vital in infiltration or just staying unseen.
Yeah, I mean, I probably don't have like a lot of vials, right? Like I'm not like a wizard or apothecary or anything, but maybe Sweetness has some.
Right,
And I probably have at least like a water skin or something.
Little
that is empty and I
pouches.
can-
Yeah. All right. So how many people dig?
I'm
I'll
not.
do one.
I'll stay more on lookout and just just in case anybody emerges while everyone else is distracted. I'll kind of be on guard here.
Sure. Well, I guess Sweetness will collect.
Cool.
What about Omarin and Kylan?
I'll do one sample, I guess. I don't know if there's a role for that.
No. And what about, yeah, Bungo? Getting in on this? You're muted.
I'm just gonna stand back and, record this part of the adventure.
Sure, sure.
Just to make sure I can really capture the epicness and avoid any traps.
Chapter 3, Disappearing Dust.
All right, so Omarin, so you
Omarin is going to just make perception checks and stand watch. With
all right.
disadvantage right now.
I think it's also
well,
for
for
audio
hearing.
ones.
Oh, yeah, only
for
hearing.
hearing,
So
yeah.
because you can still use your eyes pretty, I mean, obviously you staring out into the jungle, which gets pretty opaque after 10, 15
Remind
feet.
me, is somebody have a torch going right now? What is our vibe right now?
Again, there's
daytime?
constant dim light because of
Okay. So
the auroras and stuff. But if
Okay,
anyone
that's
wanted
okay. Good. Yeah.
a light source,
No, I think we had decided against it since we had the dim lights.
sure, sure. All right, so you guys start gathering Sweetness and Kylum. So you're digging through the sand, sifting. It feels weird to be staring at your hand as sand flows over it, and then it disappears, and then slowly, sort of reappears. Yeah, and everyone on watch can make perception checks with disadvantage.
Okay. Perception with disadvantage.
I'm like sketching in my notebook. I'm not even paying attention at this point.
9, not great.
So Omarin, your sharp eyes and your tuned in senses to nature, you actually see parts of the sand start to puff and move a little bit on their own while these guys are digging.
Omarin is going to say, "Cut, Sweetness, step."
Yeah, of course. As soon as he warns me, right? Like, I'll try to step back as fast as I can. Sounds like something's going wrong.
Sweetness does too. He's like, oh, what is it? And you guys freeze, and you sort of see like on the sand, little, almost dimples are like forming all over and around the sand.
Can I make some knowledge nature to detect that it's an invisible spider swarm, which is literally Ray's worst nightmare?
Well, you don't need to do that because they appear.
Oh no!
But they aren't
terrible.
spiders, they are beetles of two
that's
different
less
varieties. So you can roll initiative, although
Select your token, everyone.
Yes, don't forget that.
There we go,
Sweetness.
Captain. Oh,
Why do Zach's rolls look cooler than ours?
Wait.
Those are the NPC macro.
Yeah, I figured they just have a different macro because they're NPCs. But I'm jealous.
Yeah. You've got multiple fonts. You've got
Colors.
All right. Well, these things, as the swarm starts covering you, Kylan, they get
oh gosh.
an attack first. So
Oh yeah,
swarm...
don't you mean?
I think this would be 2 tokens, but I only see 1.
Oh.
Oh, there's one literally on top of you.
No, there's one on top of you. You see this? Like,
okay, I get it. I see the issue.
Yeah.
It's underneath like my token.
Right.
Darn.
Maybe it's on top, but it's like transparent. Got it.
Yes. 16 against your AC, Kylan.
Well, that is not a hit.
All right.
Yay.
And the other things at Sweetness. Oh no, not initiative. Oh boy.
They just keep multiplying. Jeez, good thing I got a 7 to hit.
Yes, sweetness just quick enough to avoid these scarab-like beetles that are just climbing all over each other in a pile. So yes, and as they start biting and attacking, of course, the invisibility effect wears off. And so yes, you both, Sweetness and Kylum, have gathered enough of the dust for one use, but have drawn the attention of these terrifying beetles. So Bungo, you are up.
All right. So point of clarification: I do not have proficiency with firearms yet, right?
Correct.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure
Yes.
that I did that.
A good
right.
might
So,
be a good feat for level 4 kind of thing. There's a good feat for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so
No,
for
stop
now,
waving that wand around. Don't shoot me.
I take a look at Sweetness. I see this swarm of scarabs coming out, and I pull out this boomstick, and I'm clearly like uncomfortable wielding, kind of shaky in my hands. I'm like, all right, Sweetness, don't move too much. All right, I'm gonna blast him. And oh, I rolled with disadvantage, so it should be an 18.
Yeah, it should be an 18. You catch several of these scarabs and they explode in gore as this, the pistol kicks back in your hand, or the wand kicks back in your hands, and a cloud of smoke erupts in front of you. But you're happy to see that, it did some damage there.
Yeah, I think I like this thing.
All right. Anything else? But of course, it is a swarm, so it doesn't take full effect.
Right.
Right.
I'm just gonna back off and put some distance between me and the swarm, and then I'm done.
All right. Sweets, he can't do. He starts flailing wildly, trying to sort of scrape these things off more so, and he's just gonna disengage, trying to get farther away and be like, I don't know what to. Seems like we need a wizard.
I might point out he does have the mobile feat, so if he were to
Oh.
attack, he could just move away very.
That's true. Forgot about that. Yeah. He's like, I'm not gonna run away. That's his first thought, but instead, he goes
I don't
in
even
with
know my own
his-
feats. How do you know this?
I just remember because I remember Blake one before a session he was chatting with me about like advice on which feats and
Yeah.
stuff he should pick. So I
You guide
whatever
him to the
reason.
correct feats.
Yeah, clearly,
All right.
clearly.
Oh.
Master of feet, they call
Yeah,
him.
mobile is quite good.
That sounds like something else.
Yeah.
So
check out my
he-
OnlyFans.
He uses his critical analysis on the swarm,
Oh, nice.
attacks it, and then backs off safely.
Attaboy.
All right, Captain O'Marin.
Are these mechanically two separate swarms, right?
Yes.
Back where they one. Okay.
And
The
they
one
look
that-
different too. The scarab swarm, this one is like they're larger, mandibles bigger. Yeah.
They look scarier.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Like
we
think
see-
scarabs from the Mummy, you know.
Oh, okay. Can we see these things?
Yep.
So they're not invisible.
Correct.
Not anymore.
Okay. Well, I am going to. I'm gonna take aim at the scary ones and say it would be in the dim light. We need to see these better, and he will cast some fairy fire on the scarabs to light them up.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Well, that hits an area actually, right? So
Oh, that's true.
you could get
Oh, you
both,
get them both, baby.
but you'd also get
But I'll
Kylo.
also get-
Yeah,
I
you would
guess-
also get me.
Yeah, but I mean, you kind of stand out. You're a huge armor. I'm not worried about that.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it also gets me.
All
Yeah,
right,
So we get both of them.
dexterity saves.
A blast of light.
Oh, I guess
You
I also
could
have
pass your
dexterity
save.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. I probably will.
Seems like something you're good
All
at.
right.
as a
So the scarabs,
paladin.
they disperse and aren't caught by the flames, but the other swarm is all lit up. What color is your fairy fire?
It's like a very like pale blue, like a
Cool.
very
Mm,
pale bluish color
cool.
light.
Yes. So these other beetles, they're sort of more mundane. You know, they're all like, flittering with light. Yeah.
The small ones actually probably look quite beautiful
Oh, I'm
if they
sure.
weren't for
Yeah.
swarming Mark, but little firefly beetles.
Yeah. Anything else? For the
Nope,
captain?
that is Omarin's turn.
Fantastic. Varanus.
All right. I will move to, I think, here, around the sand. And they are within 15 feet of me, this scarab swarm. So I will activate my cantrip.
Ooh.
I, out from my driftwood wooden staff, I utter an incantation, and lightning crackles around it and arcs out toward the swarm and attempts to envelop them and lure them, sort of yank as many of them as I can toward me potentially. So they make a saving throw. They will
That is a
fail.
fail. Phew. So,
And
yeah,
so-
your lightning crackles all around them, sort of arcing between them, and you can hear them sizzling and popping. Yeah, from
Yes.
six
Six lightning damage, and bring them on
Uh,
over to me.
for sure. And you can see, yeah, that is much more effective than the physical damage.
Yes, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Great. Kylum, covered with these crawling bugs that get in the chinks of your armor.
Let's get him. I'll stab him.
What if you
Fairy
just like
fire, right?
lay on the ground and like rolled around? You just swished a lot of them, right?
I think mechanically it's probably less effective, but I do appreciate like the logic of your suggestion.
They're the ones that are fairy fired, correct?
They
Yes.
are, yeah. So I should.
So you have
get
advantage.
advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Oh,
Nice.
so close to a crit. Oh, it was a crit.
It is a crit.
Both of them were almost crits. That's fantastic.
Excellent. Oof. 19. Are you bringing any smite to bear?
No spites for this one.
All right.
For bugs.
Yeah.
We don't smite bugs.
I don't know if they deserve it.
Nicely done.
All right.
I think
So
they're still
yeah,
alive, though.
you're
Yeah.
the spine of the brine conjuring its watery droplets as you just flick it back and forth in a wondrous pattern, just severing all these beetles, just cutting them all up, right? And you just get a pile of carapaces at your feet.
Yep. And of course, I also have another rapier. So we'll also attack with that one.
Lovely.
13.
That is still a hit.
Nice.
7 damage.
Ooh, pretty good. All right.
So that's it. Yeah, like I said, like at first it's just the one that's like, blah, 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 but then at first like, let's say spearing them one at a time, like,
Right.
sticking them out of the air.
As you're doing this, make me an insight check.
An insight check in combat? Ooh.
I'm sure it'll be fine. What could go wrong? I see nothing but the situation I should be concerned about.
Except your prisoner's running away.
I don't see it. I'm not sure that. I'm sure that's not happening.
Well, your insight is good enough that you know this is gonna be her moment And she starts leaping across the sand, trying to get it to start turning invisible, but you
Oh,
have
that's clever.
the chance for an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
All right. She is still very, very injured. You know, any hit she
Yeah.
sustains will probably be good enough.
Yeah. For what it's worth, I mean, like, yeah, you're gonna add like the non-lethal thing to this. So that's
Right, right.
fair enough.
But I'm going to spend the DM's story point
Ah.
to say, you know, she's quick enough that the invisibility starts to take effect, so you will have disadvantage on the attack roll.
Oh, I'm hearing the captain's words echoing in my head. This all falls on you, Kylam.
I'm not worried.
All right. Oh,
Damn.
It's a roll, but
yeah.
like,
Neither of them. You're fighting all these bugs,
existentially worried.
and she starts sliding away, and
Yes. Okay. Well, invisibility does cause problems. I will say
That is unfortunate.
but you do
This
know
is-
the
this is a
effect
solvable issue.
did seem to wear off rather quickly from
Right.
things that were just hitting the sand. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying this is a lost cause. I have solutions, but the solutions rely on that invisibility not being a factor here.
Yeah. So, Varanus, you do manage to slightly hear the brush moving somewhere north of you.
North of me.
Yes, somewhere in this
Okay.
area, or but it's too fast to pick out. And Sweetness is, oh, the captive! Meanwhile, the swarms keep it going at their targets. Kylam, 17.
That is not a hit.
Not a hit.
Nope.
As usual.
17 would have hit me last fight, but that's because I lost one of my rapiers. But I'm at 18 with the dual wielding thing.
Right, right.
Beautiful.
So these scarabs swarm Varanus as he's lured them right up close.
Yes.
Yes. So 17.
That will miss.
Oof.
I have an AC of 18, you see.
All right, our well-armored party is defending themselves against these terrible swarms. Bungo, is up to you again. You start, reloading, or
Yeah, how does reloading work with this thing?
yeah, it's basically the gun has the loading property, so you can only fire once per round. But you
Okay, so I
reload
can
it.
fire it again round.
Yeah, you can fire it again.
All right. So I'm hastily stuffing black powder down the barrel. Just sort of guessing at the amounts here. And I will go 1, 4, 5, move up to here. And all right, Varanus, just stay still, just like Sweetness, all right? I'm gonna blast them right off you.
Oh, God.
And kapow! Oh, not so hot this time.
Oh. Yeah, the bullet smacks right into your shield, Varanus. Your driftwood shield takes the hit for you.
And sounding more like a dragon's roar, I'm like, watch out!
Sorry, I'm still working out the kinks. Because my hand crossbows are light, can I still fire a hand crossbow in my offhand?
No, because both weapons have to be light.
Both have to be light?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. In that case, I am done.
All right. Sweetness is like, well, I'm coming to help you, Varanus. See, as you're, I don't know about this boomstick thing.
he moves really fast. I
Yeah.
know this. So I'm like, the prisoner.
Oh, well,
Don't let her get away.
5. Okay. So yeah, he dodges or dashes past you, and he's gonna make a perception check to start.
Come on, buddy.
Looking for.
Doughy!
He's like, I can't find her. She might be gone. I don't know. Captain O'Marin. What's
Oh,
the
boy.
call?
Captain O'Marin, can I make a she ran north, right?
Yeah,
Through these bushes north
through
of me.
this. Yeah, this cop's kind of
Okay.
over here.
I'll take my full round, and as I'm moving over, I will try to perceive where she is. Can I get a general sense of like where she is, or should I make? I'll just make a perception.
Yeah, you need to make a check.
That's pretty fucking good.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
quite
baby.
good. And you do see her. You see the little winks of light from her skin patterns among the foliage, and you're able to pick her out. Though you're very subtle about it, so she doesn't know that you know. But she seems to be just crouching there, hiding,
Oh, so
waiting
she's
to make her
not
next
moving.
move. Not yet. Yeah.
Okay. I will ready an action for if she moves, I will main hand throw my net at her.
Oh, all right.
Nice. Cool.
And I will continue concentrating on the fairy fire.
Right.
We'll get my net out and like kind of get it ready.
Very good.
Cool. All right, Varanus, temple scarabs climbing all over you, trying to find their way past your thick, scaly hide.
Yes.
A rude
Now,
side.
can I move off of them without issue?
Yeah.
All right. I will kind of get out of the same space as them, seems wise. And I will swing my driftwood. Well, this is interesting. My shark-tooth longsword reads that it does an extra die of damage against creatures without armor. I don't know if we're dealing with chitin here that would
Well, I would rule it if the stat block says natural armor, they got it. If not, then you get the extra damage.
They probably have natural armor, but I have my staff out anyway, so let's
Sure,
just
sure.
swing that and not be too pedantic here. So I swing that.
Ow.
Okay. 6 bludgeoning damage to smash some of them.
All right.
And I'd like to use my bonus action here. We took a short rest last time. I remember we rolled a hit die and everything,
Yep,
so I have
yep.
my breath weapon back. I better
do.
use that here
Yeah.
and just breathe fire. I don't think I'll catch anyone else, it looks
No.
like, so I'll just point it that way, and
Dexterity
they
saving
make a
throw.
dexterity saving throw. Yes.
Yeah. 15.
They will succeed, sadly, so they will take half of this fire damage.
Oof.
Oh, that's too
Oof.
bad. That is not good.
Yeah, these scarabs, they seem to tuck a little bit into their shells as your fire just, rolls over them, and then they
Right.
pop up ready and hungry for more. Kylum?
So, I just want to clarify: the prisoner is not invisible anymore. Like,
Uh,
it's
Well, O'Marin knows where she
Sure.
is. Did he give indication to everyone? No.
No.
no. Okay, so if I ask you, did you find her? This is not like a.
I'm gonna say I think she ran off and then like purposely look in the very other direction.
Okay, well, that's how we're gonna do it. I guess that's fine.
Sneak up on her.
The captain always has a plan, you see.
Sure. So that if I had visibility on her, but solvable problem. But I guess if I don't, then I don't. So,
Well,
only
there
so
are
much I
these
can do with
damn
that.
swarms. as
Yeah,
well.
what I'm gonna do is actually move out of the swarm that's attacking me and
Sure.
move up to the scarabs, and I will help Varanus with the scarabs.
All right, so you do get attack of opportunity
opportunity,
from the other
yep.
swarm,
Let's hope for a miss here.
which is now at
Maybe a little
below
miss
its
if
half
we hit.
hit points.
That is a hit.
But
All
it
right,
does
that's
hit.
Damn.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, my
There
bad.
we go.
Kind of assumed that wasn't gonna hit. to be
5
honest.
piercing damage.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to either.
Seemed not
Well,
particularly good
they
at
get
hitting.
one little
Yeah.
bite at you before you're able to disengage fully. Finally.
And only 11 against the scarabs.
Oh, that is a miss.
Darn.
Miss. Wow.
Whew.
Turn.
Yeah,
What a winner. Well, try another one. Okay, 25.
there we go.
Nice.
Scarabs take another small blow, but you're only chipping away at them, and they're greedy for flesh.
We can take one of them out of the fight this round.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yes, the elf tries to slip away, Omarin.
All right, I am going to. How do I think this is on hand. I get a +5 would be on hand, right?
On hand.
I don't know on hand.
My
I mean,
attack
sorry.
bonus. Oh, whatever.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. So I think +5, right? 3 from your dex, 2 from your
Are
proficiency
you
bonus.
using nautical terminology? What are you up to?
Yeah. So the elf, right, sort of, she, had no idea you saw her. She just is ready to flee, and your net comes in, tries to catch her. She spins around, trying to deflect it out of the air, but that's just not going to work for a net. And you have entangled her.
Great. And I'm gonna yell as I throw the net and see her entangled. I'm like, Kylam, you're a prisoner. And then gesticulating in that direction.
But she still has her
Hey,
action.
I'll make sure.
She still has her action, so she could try to escape.
I am going to give her disadvantage on this from a story point. With a story
Alright.
point.
Let's go with the story point. Yes.
Woo-woo!
Automatically appropriate.
All right, what causes? What's the narrative effect?
I
Why
mean,
is it
she's like
harder?
clawing in the bush, and like as she's trying to get this off, like a giant spider just starts to crawl up her leg, and she's like, "Oh, like maybe I should deal with that before I deal with that. That's on me."
Yeah, great.
Yay.
Hey! So yeah, she's struggling, and she freaks out a little bit, swatting this spider. But that action gets the net more caught in the vegetation and everything around it, and she's she just sort of curses in her own dialect, she shafaka, and
Shisha Blaka is right.
sort of hangs her
Smile
head.
with that mouth.
Sort of hangs her head
We're gonna
in,
get
in
demonetized in that kind
defeat.
of language.
All right. The fairy-fired swarm, seeing a new juicy target, climbs on over to Bungo. Which is a miss.
There is.
We love it. We love to see it.
And then the scarabs. They're still focusing on Varanus, I think.
Okay.
Trying to bite through that hide. They sense something sweet under there. But nothing.
No.
All right, Bungo, with the beetles all upon you.
All right, Bungo's like, holy crap, beetles. He throws down his boomstick, and I'm gonna whip out my longsword
Ooh,
and start swiping about.
nice. Oh, you did actually have advantage, so if you want to re-roll just in case you get crit, because
Sure,
they're
why not?
fairy fired.
Right.
Oh yeah, still active.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. All right,
So,
you
my
slash a
damage?
few of the beetles. If you want to move, you can move out from under the token, but if you leave farther than that, yeah, they'll attack.
Go ahead.
All right. 12.
12 is the hit, unfortunately.
Damn,
Just enough.
12 is a hit. We gotta
That's
help you out.
exactly enough.
He's a ranged fighter. All right, so the beetles get you for 5 more.
All right.
Mm.
Ow.
All right, your turn.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh,
That was my turn. I attacked.
all right,
with
you
my
got your whole
first
thing.
Sweetness,
All right.
right?
Sweetness. I guess he'll go over to secure, make sure the prisoner's fully disabled and won't run. Maybe he just knocks her out, because Sweetness is the one who wanted to kill her before, so he takes the butt of his short sword and, like, poof, gives her a good one there. Meanwhile, Captain.
The captain is going to sees that the prisoner is taken down and moves in and just like from here just gives it a little like just tries to smush a few of these insects with the trident. Got some good smushing it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. You guys are grinding, slowly grinding the scarabs down.
That's to me.
Yep.
Let's see here. The lightning lure. Now, remind me, I think as the rules are written, right, even if I were to yank this swarm away from someone's reach, that doesn't provoke an opportunity attack.
Correct.
Is that
Pulls
right?
and pushes don't provoke.
That's what I thought. But you know what? Well, I guess I have a flank here. Is this thing you know what I think I do? I don't guess there's nothing stopping me from using the lightning lure. It just kind of has nowhere to be pushed.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine it's more like the lightning encircles it and I almost constrict and try to like squeeze it. I'm getting a little bit better control through more use of this thing here. And so please make another strength saving throw.
Sure.
That won't do it. With your -1. So, thank goodness for your -1. You will take... Sadly, only 1 lightning damage. Darn.
Yeah, for whatever reason, your magic's being pretty finicky here.
Well, it makes sense. I'm trying... I just narratively described that I'm trying to... tweak the use and stuff, so it's at the expense of maybe getting as good of a hit there.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Anything else?
No, I'd like to stay here. I overhear that the prisoner is under control, so I'll set Kylum up for a flank attack and stay there.
Oh yeah. Go for it.
I will.
Toss you a nice little alley-oop and...
Flank is like +2, is that right?
+2. Mm-hmm.
So, +2. But not the roll I was looking for. I'm being totally honest with you right now. That was...
yeah, not quite good enough there.
It is the swarm that never ends. It just goes...
How about 13?
13 is good enough this time, yeah. Offhand.
Your offhand is the same. You know, you might want to consider. You might be a lefty. You may want to switch. I don't even know. I don't want to tell you how to sword fight, but
Yeah. Okay. Well, I said taking a lot of stabs. They're clearly very fast and dodgy, but
yeah.
you know, trying to keep up.
Meanwhile, the flickering swarm is following the halfling. $15. 5 more to Bungo.
All right.
Swarms are more of a problem than I thought they were going to be at the start of this fight.
yeah, yes.
we started well. We have not followed through. I feel like.
Swarms are rough at low level.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the swarms are gonna break off from these two more armored targets.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Sensing Omarin.
Wait, no, not like that.
But, yeah, well, you know, Omarin's not really wearing much of armor, but Kylum and Varanus, you get reactions.
Yes, and I, of course, am gonna use it.
Me too.
Alright, hit for Kylum, 7.
Sorry, one moment. Darn. My would have been a good hit, but no.
I like the picture of the staff, like, you know, thudding into the ground, just like
Yeah.
kush.
Right in the wake
A
of the
really
scarab.
hard hit that whiffed, yeah.
And these things go for you, Omarin.
Damn it.
Trying to latch on.
Oh,
12.
pretty bad roll.
That is not enough.
Alright.
Nimbly
Captain.
dodge.
Yeah, Captain keeping them off.
We both can't seem to defeat each other.
Guess want to call it a day.
Yeah, surrender. Wave the white flag, everyone.
Well, you know, some druids like to use animal friendship magic.
Yeah, I'm scarabs.
Yeah, they're not am. They're fucking fun. You just step on them.
Alright, Bungo.
Picture they're like Pokemon and they say like scarab, scarab, scarab when you talk to them.
I'm going to attack the beetles that are on me again. Yeah.
Nice.
That is
Well,
solid hit.
there we
Nice
go.
ish. Nice ish.
Two-handed. Well, the 3 damage, yeah. It's probably reduced to 1.
Yep. There's too many of them. And you're just getting frustrated. You know, Bungo's
Yeah.
on tilt. You know.
Hey, shake him! And I'm done.
All right. Oh no, you did have advantage, I guess, just in case.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'd go a long way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it really,
nope.
it was,
It was
you saw it
close.
was rolling. It
Oh.
really looked like that 20 was about to come up. Darn.
All right. Sweetness. Now that the prisoner's all knocked out, he'll come over and try to light pick. This is a miss.
Oh,
I believe
goodness
it takes all 5 of us to
gracious.
kill a bunch
And
of
short
bugs.
sword.
Yeah.
Really hard to kill a bunch
Oh,
Oh, actually, he
Okay,
shouldn't do
alright.
that quite that much damage because
Oh,
it's offhand.
yeah, that seemed like a lot.
well, he had his critical analysis going on something, didn't he?
Right, but it's his offhand attack, so
Oh.
It should only be 6 damage. I
yeah,
think,
6 damage.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah, you don't add the damage to the offhand attack, right?
Captain, scarabs are on you. Friends
Are they
are trying
on me?
to.
They're like kind of they're around me, right?
Well, yes, they're trying to latch on.
All right, and these are the ones. Oh no, these are not the ones that were fairy fired. But I am going to bonus action cast Shillelagh on my spear and then attempt to skewer some of them.
Oi!
Wow.
Igni'ka shillelagh.
That
Damn
was great. I mean, I tried.
The jungle's predators seem resolute in their devouring.
Are you in the same space of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I'm just.
Get
I
out
just,
of the way! I'm
Uh,
sorry. I mean, please, Captain.
I can take a 5-foot step, right? I will take a
No,
5-foot step.
but yeah, yes, you can move 5 feet, but there's no
Step.
5-foot steps.
What is this, 4th edition? Come on, dude.
Third edition.
Or, yeah, 3rd edition.
You know, for any of you kids on the stream, back in my day, we used to do those things.
You would take a 5-foot step
It was
you
really
heard
nice.
that at a table a lot.
And
Yeah.
that
You were gonna hear
5-foot step was uphill both ways in the snow.
It's true, because difficult terrain didn't hinder it.
Have you guys ever tried to take a 5-foot step in real life? That actually seems like a large number of feet, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I tried that and then I split my pants.
All right,
Okay.
Varanus.
I feel, as Chad the player, that our mechanics are a bit trapped here. We can't seem to find the right thing. And then I think Varanus the character feels the same way. So what I would like to look around for,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna toss out a fun idea. Maybe it'll work. We mentioned there's all these rocks around.
Mm-hmm.
How about a big rock?
Oh,
How about a big rock
big rock?
that I pick up with all my might and I smash down onto this swarm? Of course, setting down my shield
Mhm.
and my staff,
Right.
in order to, if I could, forget flailing at our weapons and just smash the bugs.
Excellent. I love it. Yeah. Why don't you make me an athletics check to
I
heave
will.
ho?
I will. No!
Oh!
But wait! I
Yes?
don't know if that will help me. I do have a thing in my tome that allows me to add a d4, but
Yeah.
you know
I
what?
can't imagine.
think
I
I-
cannot imagine.
I don't
just think
so.
I take that on the chin.
So you find what seems to be this this big rock, and you heave it up, and you're about to throw it down. Your muscles are straining, and then the rock just crumbles because it's this weak sort of magma stone, and it just falls to pieces in your hand, raining on your head.
And I just like look at everyone as I'm being like coated in like rubble, and I'm just like,
I just love the idea that you're like starting to train to be a wizard and magic doesn't work for like 3 seconds and you're like, big rock!
yeah. I'm going back to these are the battle tactics of the Aldathi. You have not seen them employed yet, but they never fail. Ooh. This is brutal. That was my big hope. I do not have any other actions. Please move on from this pitiful town.
Okay. So there's 2 swarms. There's scarabs and then there's the ones to the south. I think the ones to the south are effectively bloodied, you could say.
Oh, both swarms are.
They both are,
Quite,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
There-
Make
yeah,
sure
there's
that-
few pretty. Yeah. Definitely a lot reduced numbers.
He's like, if you guys could ever roll more than 1 damage, you might, actually.
I honestly wasn't sure. I know how many times we've attacked the scarabs, but it seems to have resulted in a grand total of like 4 damage or something.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to leave Bungo alone. I'm gonna run down there and help him out.
Thanks, man.
All right, advantage on attacks for fairy fire.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll take it.
It's still up.
Yeah. Not blown away by that revelation, to be honest.
Oh,
We're getting
and
somewhere.
this time, Kyle, with your work, you skewer the last bug as it was going for Bungo's
Yeah.
eye. You just get it with the tip of your rapier.
Thanks, man.
Yes, indeed. All right. These scarabs, not having found a meal yet, and with quite few of them left, they disengage and head to the sand and disappear.
Well, that works for me. Let's go check on this prisoner and make sure she doesn't try to escape.
But she's knocked out for now.
Last I heard, but you know,
Yes,
I'm a little.
It's true.
I'm a little, you know, paranoid at this point. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I will also. I mean, we can sort of get her out of the woods and everything, and bring her to this little grove. I think over here.
Sure.
Okay.
It looks like there still is enough sand left for one more use, if anyone wants to gather.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm up.
I will gather the last sand. I will do this thing. Tell me what kind of horrors emerge. Come on, hit me. Hit me. What happens? How does this go wrong?
Well, two more swarms of invisible beetles.
Okay, right. Yep.
Yeah. Do you stop gathering when they start to emerge? And
Yes,
you
I
just
leave
say-
immediately. I just fuck off as fast as humanly possible.
Why don't you make
I'm just bored. I'm just annoyed at the whole idea that there's more of these things.
Why don't you make me a sleight of hand check to see if you were able to get a full dose?
6.
Yes.
Nope.
Unfortunately,
Nope,
they
I just
emerge
leave
too
it.
fast.
I am just like, once I see them, I'm just like, I'm very done with this. Like,
And it's like, isn't there something else that demands your attention? Looking at the prisoner.
I mean, she's knocked out, right? Like, we gotta wake
Yeah.
her back up, whatever, before that becomes a going concern.
I just mean, perhaps
what?
we, well, as I was saying, we
Yeah.
revisit this idea of, is this perhaps a bit too much baggage to be carrying all across the Isles?
I agree that it's not ideal, but the reality is that there's a lot going on here that we don't know, and that she seems to be at the center of a lot of it, right? This is a type of elf that seems a relationship to the stars. Seems like that's relevant to the quest for a falling star. She's part of an organization that has another astral compass. That
She
seems weird.
also seems bent on not telling us anything, even under the threat of death. Surely
I
you've
mean,
noticed
most people
that as
wouldn't
well.
tell you things. If you threaten me with death, I also wouldn't tell you stuff, right? Like that's actually normal. That's actually most people would give you that
Not so
response.
sure about that.
They don't like being threatened, right? But if we can figure out what's going on
But
here,
they like being threatened more than they like being killed, surely.
oh, she's like a soldier for some organization that hates, like, probably lived her whole life thinking like that everybody else.
so then-
She'd probably rather die keeping her secrets, right?
Then yes, as you
Wouldn't
say,
you?
she won't tell us anything.
No, for the
Sounds
record,
like-
I would tell
sounds like-
everybody everything about
Yeah,
all of it.
Yes, it sounds
Fair
like
enough.
it sounds like you're putting a fine point on my point. She won't tell us anything more than likely.
I agree
Right.
it's be difficult, but there's a lot of here, and let's be real, like, this escape attempt so far was not exactly impressive, right? This was not the, like, oh no, she escaped and, like, hurt anybody or did anything.
Right.
I
Marin,
agree that there are risks here, but, like, there's a lot to be gained if we could get any sort of intel about what the heck is going on here.
I suppose the invisibility dust was quite an stroke of bad luck, but fine. It's just becoming a nuisance, is all.
I appreciate that. You know, I would say that I tend not to make life or death decisions about what is a nuisance or not, but I respect that that's how you want to approach this.
I let it be, but I think, Varanus just made a point to, he sort of just shoots a glare at and kind of shakes his head when he looks over at the still unconscious prisoner.
So
change that.
what do we do now? Sweets speaks up. You know, it's pushing on much farther. It seems. I don't know if can we keep up this pace? might only end up more grueling if we press further.
It is night. We've been marching for 12 hours. I think we deserve at least a short rest, if not a long one. We must find a place to camp that is not exposed.
As you wish, Captain.
Yeah, if you think so. I mean, I think the other alternative is we could keep going. I don't know if there's a way to tell if we're close. But even if we are close, there could be threats there as well, like where the compass piece.
The really stressing issue is we don't know how close they are to retrieving it. But since they sent a scouting party that intercepted us before, I'm inclined to think they may even be ahead of us to find it. I don't know.
Yeah, but if we encounter them and we're all,
Yeah. It's very true.
Your call, Captain.
we've had a fight. We fought for 12 hours. I think we
Yeah.
need to rest. We need to rest.
Then let's do it.
A wise captain.
All right. So, yeah, and you want to find a good spot to do that? You can make a survival
Yeah,
check.
I mean, like, we can keep going for another, like, let's try. Let's spend an hour trying to find, or I don't know, maybe a half hour or something, trying to find a good, secure place to camp for the night,
Sure.
and then we'll go from there.
All right. So yeah, why don't you make me a survival check? But remember, you do have one level of exhaustion, so you have disadvantage.
Okay, I will give it a go. Disadvantage on my survival check.
Ah,
Oh, pretty good.
yeah, still
Very
quite good. So you're still able to easily tune in to the ecosystem around you, and you you actually find a convenient. You start following this trail of these old ruins that are appearing every now and again through the jungles. Um, and you eventually find yourselves in what must be or have been some sort of community area, small community area kind of thing, where several ruined buildings are all in a cluster.
Shelter, defensible.
Yeah, are any of these buildings in good enough shape to that we could potentially camp in?
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, I say, yeah. Basically, you're able to find that they are. This one here seems the most sort of sturdy and still in decent repair.
Okay, cool.
Good.
So I say we camp for as short as we can, no dallying. As soon as we are able, we will march tomorrow.
Sure.
Aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, captain.
Well, okay. Yeah, head on in here.
All right. Well, why don't you guys do your long rest stuff,
Cool.
and we'll take a little 5-minute break or so,
Excellent.
and
Yeah.
we'll be back soon. And we're back, everyone. So, during their first night on this jungle volcanic island with the aurora overhead, um, Kylam, on your turn, well, you're trancing, right? At least part of the night. And during trances, traditionally, you don't dream very much. You might do some almost active imagination during trances, but it's less dreamlike than what humans normally experience. However, you find yourself in your trance starting almost like your vision is starting to become obscured, as if just layers of shadow are starting to surround you, and you almost feel like you're being swaddled in a dark blanket.
Whoa.
And then you start to feel prodding all around, and surprisingly, your armor, right, is not there to protect you. So your skin, which doesn't get to stimulated very often, right, is like
You don't know my personal life. First off.
Well, anyway, it's a strange sensation just because you have your armor on
Obviously,
so
I'm wearing
much.
my armor, so it's like, what the?
Yeah. And so you feel almost as if there's something outside of you that is enwrapping you in this darkness. And even your keen vision, elven sight isn't able to penetrate this blackness. And so the dream sort of transitions, and you're frantically trying to light a torch to destroy, right, this darkness that's surrounding
Cast
you.
away whatever these shadows are.
Yeah, and sparks are flicking off the flint as you're striking it over and over on the steel, and suddenly it takes hold, and you start waving it valiantly, trying to fight the darkness off. And then your dream suddenly sort of dissolves in this like flash of burning light in your vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm clearly like, I wake up and I'm just like really freaked out, basically. Like I'm coming out of this trance and I'm just like, oh man, like what was that? Why did that just go so weird? And I'm like looking around at everybody else in the party and seeing if there's anything weird about them as they're sleeping or trancing.
And yes, indeed, Varanus actually looks like he is having some sort of experience himself. Varanus, you are
Oh shit.
battling your way through scalding winds, right? These winds that are almost hot to the touch, even for you, a gold dragonborn, that are whipping past you, and you've got your arm up. It looks like you're trying to strain through some landscape that is trying to beat you back. The ground is swaying beneath your feet, and thunder cracks from beyond the luminous haze that surrounds you. Spears of magma splatter against your scales, and a deep growl rumbles like volcanic embers. And that is where your dream dissolves. With this, yes, you wake up almost, well, you would be sweating if you had sweat glands.
I think I also I look at my my like scaled arm and touch it. I think the idea that he felt heat or like super hot is pretty unusual to him, being fire resistant. So it's like he's like perplexed by this whole like idea as he jolts awake.
Yeah. And Bungo, what kind of dream is Bungo entertaining?
Mr. Brook.
I feel like it's it should almost be like sort of intertwined with what like Magnus is like dreaming about. So I feel like
That's dope.
it's like yeah, I'm just like I'm so fixated on getting Scarlet Cade's treasure, and like in my head, like in Bungo's head, like I don't know if it's like this star or if it's gonna be like gold or some artifact. Like I don't even know what it could be.
Right.
And I'm just like chasing it, through the void, and it's like my legs aren't moving, and I see this like chest,
Mm-hmm.
wrapped in, like gold chains and like looking like the most, valuable object in the universe. I'm just like,
All right. Well, and as you're propelling yourself toward this chest, from behind it, seemingly again out of nowhere, out of this void that you're in, emerges the figure of a familiar-looking dark elf wizard.
what?
What?
Are you guarding the Scarlet Cade's treasure? What is this trickery?
What? No, Scar. And so as this guy talks, it seems to be the dark elf you had met before, that necromancer.
Yeah.
You recognize
I
by
don't
his
think I
speech.
was there for that.
No.
We met a dark elf necromancer.
Okay, got it.
We're buddies now. We're friends.
Attacked us / tested his zombie on us.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And he's like, running so hard for things in the future. You must be careful. Must be careful, lest you fall. Let the ground fall out from under your feet, little one. And suddenly you feel yourself like you're falling. As the dream transitions, you're almost free floating next to this giant spire in the clouds. And you're tumbling more and more, and then the scene changes again. And you are plunged deep beneath the ocean. And around you are swarming merfolk and, riding giant seahorses. And then the scene switches again, and you land with a thump in the sand of a beach. The water from, the ocean you had just been in sloshes off of you, and you're panting, trying to catch your breath. And the drow, or dark elf, is standing there looking down at you. So, you should be careful how hard you chase things. That is just some advice from me. And I also wanted to show you, well, what I could do.
But I just kind of sputter out like, I'm impressed. I'll take your warning to heart. Don't go chasing after things too hard, or I might get plunged through an ocean of merfolk by a wizard.
Perhaps. But on a more serious note, I was reconsidering your company's offer, and he just waves his hand, and suddenly you two are sitting at a covered tea table on the beach.
Well, this is a lot nicer.
Well, I want to show I am, of course, being reasonable.
Of course.
When visiting another being's dreams, it can be a little touchy of a subject.
Yeah, this is a little disorienting, I'll admit.
So you love treasure. I could sense that very much. Or something about you likes treasure.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, treasure is can be a lot of different things, right? It's usually tied to some great legend or person, and that's what makes it treasure, right?
Sure, yes. I'm talking about the magical kind of treasure.
Hmm.
Would you be interested in such a thing?
I'm certainly interested in magical treasure, of course. Yeah.
Oh. Two people I just had. Oh,
Oh God. Am I
that's
What's
all
back?
right.
going
You're
on?
back. You're back. You got dropped for
Oh
a
God.
moment with
Somehow
Mark.
you lightning lured Mark with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Okay. Well, apparently I wanted the treasure so badly that.
This can only mean one thing. We're getting cyber targeted right now.
Uh, so
Yeah, I'm interested in magical treasure, bro. I'm interested.
as I might have mentioned, this island that
Duh.
we're heading towards, Igni'ka is its name, by the way. Should that ever,
Igni'ka.
yes, uh, should that ever be relevant,
Seems relevant.
I'll spell that out here.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, a while back, years ago, we sent a small expedition to investigate another house's activities, you know,
Hmm.
that sort of thing.
Sure.
And this expedition never returned, never heard from again, and led by a Drider. And, you know, it was a fairly well-equipped group, so they definitely had a lot treasure on them, but one item in particular I want back, and I will meet you when you return to your ship with this treasure.
What is the treasure?
Just a pouch, just a small, plain leather pouch, which under no circumstances must be opened.
How are we to know this pouch from any other pouch?
It will have, and he draws a sigil of magic in the air, a glowing purple symbol that just hovers in your dream vision, and then he taps it, and you suddenly feel it is emblazoned onto your conscious, memory. You will not forget it once you see it. Or you will,
Okay.
yes, recognize it instantly.
Um.
So you bring me the pouch.
Yes.
You get to keep the rest of the raiders' items.
Now wait a second. For one thing, I agree. I'm in. I love it. But I need a little more information. So you sent a party of your house. These must have
I
been
didn't
powerful
send them.
people.
My house sent them. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
sure. Your house sent a I almost said raiding, an investigatory party to this other house's island, right?
Yes.
And you never heard from them again.
Yes.
Is the assumption that they were killed by that other house?
Um, Either that or the inherent dangers with trying to infiltrate through the subterranean regions of.
You think your party could have been was killed by like a
I'm not
wild
saying just
snuffleupagus or something? Like, I don't know.
no. The elemental spirits and energies of the Isles are very powerful. You may have encountered some already.
This is true. Okay.
So return the
And
pouch
they're
to
on
me.
they're on
Yes.
Igni'ka. Sorry, last bit of detail. They're on
You're
Igni'ka.
you're on Igni'ka. Yes, the
Oh.
raid was sent to Igni'ka
Oh.
those years ago.
So they should be somewhere on the island that we're already on.
Exactly.
Great. How convenient.
Well, that is why I'm contacting you, because I would.
I understand now. I understand. I thought this was some sort of like long-term quest. This is more of a immediate term quest. I got it.
Yes. Treasure.
Right.
Treasure good, pouch don't open.
Got it. Get the pouch. Don't open it. claim the treasure.
Oh, and one more thing.
Yeah.
If you are able to bring any bodies of once living creatures back with you for me as well, I could pay extra.
You're gonna have to be more specific on bodies, Chief. Like, if I bring you like 20 dead chickens, do I get like a lot of money for that?
Now, bodies that
Okay.
could be useful to me. Chickens, not so much.
20 dead chickens. What are you gonna? You gonna go frickin' go go ham with the boomstick and some poor farmer's fucking
Well,
coop?
I just lean in at the table and I'm like, have you considered chicken swarms? I mean, one undead chicken, not that scary. I fought a couple swarms today. Undead chicken swarm. Just think about it.
I mean, I hadn't thought about it till you say that.
Yeah,
That's,
right?
Although these
Got
isles
those
have
little beaks.
a lot worse predators than chickens, even for that
Sure.
size. Yes.
Sure.
But if you,
Okay,
yes,
but I think I get the idea, though. You want useful bodies for elf necromancy stuff.
well,
And maybe
let's
if
not.
I come to you with a few out-of-the-box ideas, we can entertain that.
Hey, I don't turn down potential sources of knowledge.
All right, cool.
And with that, the dark elf raps on the table, and you feel like the whole world sort of funnel drains in on itself, and you end up, you sitting bolt upright in the campsite with everyone else.
Well, that was a weird dream. Extremely detailed.
Does Omarin get a dream sequence?
No.
It's just him as a captain, just
Yeah.
fluttering
Yeah.
in the wind. Just
Yeah, his family, like, I don't know, normal captain stuff.
Normal captain stuff.
We gotta have
Captain dreams.
somebody keeping it together in this group.
Speaking of
appreciate that.
keeping it together, Kylum, I believe you need to make a Constitution saving throw for your
Sure do.
lingering injury.
That's right. During the previous fight with before the swarms, the relatively minor encounter now it seems with the pirates, took a big hit. So let's do. It's just a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, indeed.
All right. If you want a story point, I think we would all understand this is a big roll.
Listen, I roll the dice. It's a 4. I got a 4.
Okay.
All right. So in the morning, you wake up and your shoulder is, one of your shoulders is quite inflamed, sore to move. You can see almost lines of, well, when you take a chance to examine
Yeah.
it away
Yeah,
from
I can
people.
see.
Yeah, it's got a pretty nasty infection going on.
Well, all right. I will use my own inherent magical healing powers to the extent that it can keep things stable. But obviously, this is a severe situation.
Mm.
Yes. All right. So you have disadvantage on attack rolls with
Oh, that's good.
that
probably
arm.
won't come up.
Yeah.
So, is that my main arm or is that my offhand?
It's all diplomacy from here, team.
Again, no matter what your first attack is your primary hand.
Fair enough.
So
Good point.
doesn't matter which hand you choose.
I do still need you to answer the question for flavor reasons, though. Because main is usually right. Left is it right or left?
All right. Let's do 1 is right, 2 is left.
Yeah.
Left.
Left it is.
All right, and Doc is like, he's kicking himself for not bringing more of his medical supplies.
I'm ready to soldier on. It's like we could take care of it once we've got the piece of the star and got back to the boat.
Sure. Omarin, you feel much more restored and rested. You know, your exhaustion is gone. But yeah,
how's the captive doing?
She
morning.
looks, you know,
Good question.
stiff because she's been just tied up and in kind of one position all night. But she still has a resolute look in her eye, though maybe not as resolute as before.
Sure. All right, you ready to go? I'm talking to her. I do the gag thing. Like, are you ready to go?
Where are we going? You just seem to be. Why are we walking through these jungles interminably?
Well, there's something in these jungles we need. I don't know. Do you know a better way?
Better way to what?
That's. If you're not gonna answer my questions, I'm not gonna answer yours.
I mean, you know, I'm no expert in these jungles, but I've navigated them a little bit.
Well, the problem here is that, if you're not gonna be able to talk to me like a civilized elf, the gags have to go back on. We're not able to chat about this. I would love to get your help, but so far you've given me nothing.
What would you have me do? Betray my people?
Yes.
I don't even know who your people are. Like, what is going on here? You have these like weird star etchings on your skin that I haven't heard of from any kind of elf that I know about. Like, I don't even know what your people are.
She looks. Why don't you make a persuasion check?
You don't need my arm for that. I got this on lock. This campaign's gonna be a piece of cake, everybody.
All
14.
right. Yeah, she's like, well, I suppose that wouldn't hurt anything. I am one of the Najima. You other.
And I assume I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, no, it's not a name familiar to you, but she says you others might have heard of me or my kind as far elves.
Far elves. All right.
And anyone who wants could make a history check related to that.
I'd love to. Yeah, baby.
Ooh.
Lungo knows it all.
He's
All right.
a man who knows things.
Yeah.
You say.
So, yeah, you, Bungo, something clicks in your head where you sort of think about other ancient elven dialects you've heard in tales and songs, and you notice, yeah, that Najima has a similar root to the more common Elvish tongues, or at least their, the ancestral versions of those languages. And this idea of far elves, you suddenly you're like, wait, that's the group that left. There was that big conflict between the Drow and the Surfacers, not when the Drow got pushed to the islands, but even before, the Great Schism, right? Like when the Dark Elves originally split. When the Dark Elves originally split, there was a third group of elves.
A third, you say? Oh boy. Okay, and that is the Najima, aka the Far Elves.
Yes, that is my people.
Whoa.
We have very rarely ventured back to the material plane.
How did you end up working with these pirates? Like, why would the Far Elves come back for this, of all things?
I only do what my leadership commands. If they say we are working with these uncivilized partners for the time being, so be it.
I mean, I guess I could appreciate working with uncivilized people. I gesture around a little bit.
Absolutely.
But
Whoa.
I mean it in the nice way. uh, but you know, the Black Rifters are like slavers. You know, this. How can you justify what possible end could justify that?
Well, if it's all for the betterment of their society,
I owning slaves makes your society lesser, not better.
perhaps. But yes, some I admit their ways are more primitive. We rely on magic to do our laborious endeavors. But why should
You're not
I?
gonna tell me like anything else. I mean, how, the issue that I have here, right? This is a great story, but at the end of the day, it seems like you're just willing to get into bed with these Black Rifters for some unknown, mysterious goal, and we're just gonna have to be at odds because they're trying to kill us, and we're trying to not get killed by them.
Well, I guess so.
But I don't know. Maybe if we knew what you were after with them, we could help you get it without having to work with Black Rift.
You mean you really don't know what we're after?
Don't know what. Don't know what.
Don't know what we're after?
I mean, I could guess, but you haven't told me anything.
I know exactly what they're after. I look her in the eye and I say, "You're after Scarlet Kate's treasure, aren't you?"
She's like, wow, your powers of intuition are unrivaled, little.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Despite all evidence, we probably could help you get what you're looking for without the Black Rifters. And, you know, you could take it back to your masters and you wouldn't have to work with them anymore, and we could win and get away from Black Rift, and everybody's happy except Black Rift. And that seems great for everybody else, to be honest.
Interesting proposal. She muses. Why don't you make another persuasion check here?
Sure. I will finally bite the bullet and make use of story time.
All right.
Very good.
Why do you like it? What do you get out of these?
Good, good.
Well, I
This
think,
is some Emperor vibes. Just be like,
do it.
yeah. It's 18.
That is
Not amazing.
not my decision to make, but I am willing to bring you to my superiors. Of course, my superiors are in the midst of all these rifters.
Is there a way to like get them a message?
Not. I have no way on me. No.
Okay. Well, the party's really not going to like my next suggestion.
Oh,
Like,
Is this the one where we pretend to be captured and then go in and oh god.
We frickin'
No.
Star Wars Episode 4 this thing.
no, it's not as. I think you might actually like that one. Is the problem? But this one you're not going to like.
All right, let's hear
We
it.
could let her go.
I love that idea.
Yeah. You don't get a vote.
I
in this,
think-
by the way.
I think Varanus was just like,
Absolutely not. She'll betray us. She'll warn someone of us right away. Captain, you can't let him do that.
Well, I mean, I think after we find what we're looking for,
Yeah. Not like at the worst possible time, right?
right?
We could.
Yeah, like, not exactly. But like once we found what we're looking for and we're back close to the ship, we can send her back to her people with a message and some way to contact us.
Right. I think that could be the game plan. I agree that we should wait until after we are. We've already got what we've come here for. But maybe getting contact with her superior might be possible, and we might get to learn more about. I mean, sort of, huddling in close here. We might get to learn more about who else has the astral compass and is after the fallen star.
You're
Which would be
thinking
great to know.
it's like you're breeding a spy.
I don't. I think that's that's hopeful. That's maybe a little bit hopeful.
That's
But
that's smart.
I mean, maybe exploiting divisions within them, sort of trying to, at very least, they don't entirely seem to be aligned with Black Rift, right? They seem to have. My read on this huddle up is that they're the ones who are right after the Astral Compass, and Black Rift doesn't really care, and that they're using Black Rift to find it, probably.
Right.
Yes.
And frankly, so if they need to use Black Rift to find it, anything that splits them up from Black Rift, right, and it gets them less close together and maybe working with us or something, seems good for us.
Yes.
So to do that, though, we gotta need a little more intel or some. We need anything, right? So I don't.
Yes.
The only play I see is to get her some sort of message back to her superiors and find a way to make that a tempting offer to talk to us.
And hope it doesn't backfire. But yes, I see.
Yeah, I mean, right now she doesn't have that much intel. I mean, she knows like our names and our whatever. Like, I don't know, unless they can like have like a personal vendetta against us individually. I don't know. We're on a boat. They gotta find us. So something to think about. For now, we got to keep going.
Right.
All right. Does anyone discuss the dreams?
Oh, yeah.
I think yes.
Just gonna say, guys, if you see a bag, if you see a leather bag around, like, just let me know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna need to revisit this topic a little bit. Excuse me.
I talked to, the guy who attacked us with the ghoul, the sea ghoul.
Oh yeah, Ghoul guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ghoul guy said that some of his buddies dropped their bag, and if we find it for him, he'll be like grateful or something. But like also they should have a bunch of treasure on them. These friends of his who have his bag and also died.
You know, both of your capacity to find kinship in enemies that would wish us dead it's something.
Hey, Ghoul guy was cool.
You should try being friendly more often. You know, not everybody has to be your enemy just because they summon zombies or whatever.
Yeah, because they kill you once, it's fine. You let it go. Second time, now we got it. It's kind of awkward.
Nobody died when he attacked us. Like,
Yeah.
It was a pretty weak attack, to be fair.
Right. The Black Rifters were much closer to killing any.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Well, we're all unified in our hatred of them, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fair. So what was in the pouch?
Oh, I don't know, and we're not allowed to know.
Okay.
He said we can't look in the pouch.
This is sounding more just like a dream,
So,
weird,
like,
unclear.
Sure that the thing is in the pouch isn't the piece of star metal, because that would be rather appropriate, wouldn't it?
I mean, we'll know. Like the compass will like point to the
Yeah,
pouch. Right? I think
the
we're like.
compass will tell us.
Yeah, I think that would be a little obvious.
At which point we would alter the deal.
And then we would have a lich after us, which I'm cool with. It's Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that
Yeah.
I don't want to play into negative stereotypes about necromancers, but I am a little bit concerned about giving a necromancer a mysterious pouch. I'm not saying we don't.
It's theirs.
Again,
It belonged to his family.
That's fair. I mean, I get that. I will say necromancers have a certain reputation, whether deserved or not. They do.
Sure.
Take that into consideration.
But you don't think he should be able to get his family stuff back? He even
I don't know
offered
if it is his family stuff. Hey, I don't know. Like that's all I'm saying. I don't know that it is. I don't know. It depends what his family stuff, like a nice heirloom, or is it like a secret plague bomb or something? I don't know.
His phylactery or something. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. His phylactery.
If it was a
But I
secret plague bomb, they probably wouldn't have died, doing their mission.
Unless they set off the secret plague bomb.
Well,
Which
well,
in
we can
which
investigate
case-
the corpses, you know.
Sure.
I guess
I'm on
we'll
board.
keep
I
an
think
eye out
it's
for
a
this
noble mission.
pouch.
Yeah, it's on this
Yes,
island,
if we
which
see-
is actually, if you want to be snooty, it's called Igni'ka.
Ah,
I do love being snooty, so.
I didn't make that up. I swear, he told me.
Igni'ka.
Right, you told you in a dream.
Yeah.
I
But I
can
think I was
vouch
using,
for
like,
him.
magic to do it. I don't think it was just a dream.
I was there.
Magnus vouches for.
Well, I
But
guess
of course,
Magnus-
only Bungo can hear Magnus
Yeah.
saying he vouches. Yeah.
It's like, oh, Magnus is vouching for him. Well, in that case.
Yeah, Magnus saw him too.
Oh, good.
Great.
It's weird. I also had like a weird kind of dream thing last night. That was strange. I don't know if there's something about this place.
Mm,
Is it about a
I
bag?
did too.
No, it wasn't about a bag, actually. That's weird. It would have been weird if it was, though, right? Hey, you did
So
too,
it's out.
Vance?
I did, yes.
Oh.
Very sort of dangerous and fear-inducing. Well, ground was crumbling beneath me. The heat was suffocating and overpowering, even for me, and it wasn't pleasant.
Weird. Do you think this doesn't seem natural? I mean, it seems like Bungo was contacted by the guy, but like maybe somebody tried to contact us, or something else was going on.
Well, think about it. Illusory magic was present. We saw it with the sand or the stardust, and perhaps there's some great magic presence toying with our minds.
How do we find out? That seems bad.
How do we find out?
Bungo, detect magic on his head.
Yeah. It's like, yep,
Perhaps
there's
a
magic
detect
there.
thought spell might be able to allow someone to explore your memories or something, memories of your dream.
That is not a spell I know.
But- Yeah, it is a level 2 spell. And
Yeah, I don't know any yet.
Yes, my repertoire of spells also pretty limited.
Well, we'll just have to go back to the old-fashioned way, looking and hoping and searching that we can, if there is something doing that, that we can find it or stop it or what have you.
I don't know. My dream wasn't that bad. Was your
No.
guys' dreams bad?
Below average, yes.
I mean, I
Yes.
heard yours was like crumbling and heat in yours, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
I swam with
Was
mermaids.
not great.
Oh.
Maybe you guys are just negative. You know?
Suddenly feeling like incredibly resentful of Bungo. Like,
It's a negative mindset, you know?
Hmm.
shall we press on?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, let's carry on.
oh yeah.
All right. So, who's leading the navigation? Assisted by Bungo, of course, with the astral compass.
I think Omarin should probably do it with some survival.
Sure.
Yep.
What are the rest of you? Kylum, I mean, you're
I'll
taking
be
care
at
of the
kind
prisoner.
of the front of our marching order, toward the front of our, yeah.
Sure.
Sure. I think last time Sweetness was taking the back, and I was in the middle with the prisoner, just to that way everything's in the middle. We're all around.
Yeah.
We're all around them.
All right.
Security.
You can roll Omarin with advantage.
Good
Whew.
thing I had that advantage.
Good.
Yes. So as you're creeping your way through the jungle, you suddenly come out to a massive lava field. So the ground is just all, or former dried lava field, right? So it's the ground is all this jagged black stone that makes climbing over it that's pretty kind of a chore. So it slows your group for a little while, and but you're able to avoid falling down into, sort of a sinkhole pit, moving across. Um, Luckily, the guide from the astral compass was able to take you through the area without a problem. And you emerge on the other side back into the jungle again. You guys are almost reaching the center of the island. You've been slowly gaining elevation through the jungles and the lava fields, almost climbing towards the slope of the gigantic volcano that makes up the island's center. All right, why don't you give me another survival check? So 4 hours have gone by.
I also get some advantage.
Absolutely.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
Better.
All right. Easily navigating through, you emerge from the tree line and come across a wide swath of area. It looks like some, larger eruption might have carved through this area before. You're sort of now on the southern slopes of the volcano. And you're looking down and you see this this whole southern slope of the island just goes straight out to sea, and it's, it was jungle that's been swept away by the lava flow in the past. And Bungo, as you're looking down, you see the compass needle start to spin and spin and spin, and now it's just continually spinning.
I think we're there, guys. Or this is very broken.
I'm like looking up and around, like
Yeah. What's the
Anyone, if they want, can make a Arcana or Investigation check.
I will do Arcana. $14.
All right. So, Varanus, you're sort of looking at the compass and looking around, right? You're just like, is it here? And then you sort of get the recognition, oh, this compass only works sort of on a two-dimensional plane.
Right.
And so when you tilt the compass down a little bit, you notice the needle evens out and points under the earth.
I start digging.
Well, your sword or whatever you're digging with breaks off
Digging with the sword.
I never dig with my sword, sir. How undignified.
How undignified?
I just dig with my hands like a fucking animal. I don't have.
Man, this is cooled magma. This is like rough rock. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's got to be some magma tunnels that are around here that we've got to find the entrance to.
The captain's intuition is correct. But although you do see the south slope of the mountain is fairly clear, you do not see, at least immediately, any sort of cave entrances.
Perhaps we could.
But if anyone wants to make a survival or nature check.
Try to figure out where some lava flows would be. Would naturally create an entrance to a subterranean thing.
That's good again.
Yeah. Well, Kylum, sort of, you notice first as you're all preoccupied, sort of looking around, right? Oh, the fragment must be beneath us. But you sort of now take time to scan a little more of the horizon around the, edges of the island around you, and you actually feel the island shaking beneath your feet, and rivers of magma suddenly start exploding out from different sections of the island. Luckily, none.
Guys,
Yeah, luckily none seem very close to you at the moment. But the volcanic activity is definitely increasing.
Oh boy.
guys, we should probably hurry this up.
Yeah.
Totally.
I love the drama. This is perfect.
You can only tell this story, Bungo, if you survive this one, and I don't think we're gonna survive if the magma gets to us.
Oh, right.
I gotta find that tunnel quick, right, Omarin?
We really do. Was I able to find that with the survival, or is that just to see that
That was more, yeah, looking about. I'm gonna say because you're now moving with more haste, that your survival check will have disadvantage. Because you're now looking, trying to quickly find, right, these lava tunnels.
Mhm.
Oh, go, Omarin.
So this would be an what kind of check, Zach?
So, another survival check, but with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, you're sort of looking around and you're like, well, currently there doesn't seem to be any flow or lava flow coming down the south slopes of the island. And looking down in that direction, you sort of see that um, the mountain slopes almost a mile directly to the sea. Um, So that seems to be the clearest way to go down the side of the mountains. And Omar, and as you're sort of looking out over this, sort of rocky landscape, you get the sense that you're being watched.
Wow.
Why do you never get the sense that we're being listened to?
Well, or both,
Well, because you have to get really close to listen to somebody and not that close to watch them.
I think it would be nice, that's all. If I thought that somebody was listening once in a while.
Okay. I will tell the party that I feel like we are not alone,
Uh-huh.
and that
That's so
we should
deep.
try to find some cover.
All right. Lead the way, Omarin. You seem to be the survival expert here.
Do I find some cover, Zach?
Yeah. I mean, you can, there's plenty of trees, vegetation, outcroppings.
Could I try to we scan? I guess that's kind of what you already did, right? Just try to scan and see if we can catch any sight of where their vantage is, or
Well, Varanus, as you're sort of, you go to like hide, right, a little bit, or at least get in some cover, and
Mhm.
you notice in the mud nearby a pair of footprints,
Oh.
humanoid footprints
And I
in
gesture
some
down
muddy
to
ground.
to
Does it
everyone.
look like just one set? Like somebody on their own?
Yes, just one set, and on a rock nearby, a pink sea urchin-looking creature is slowly sort of crawling its way across a rock.
Is it wearing boots?
No, it's
Oh.
it's quite small. Only 3 inches or so in diameter.
Zach, I would know that this isn't normally the kind of creature that one would see around here, right?
Absolutely, this kind of creature belongs to a coastal tide pool more than.
This is the kind of creature that a druid would turn into while avoiding trying to get found, isn't it?
As potentially, yeah.
Interesting.
The
theory.
footprints lead to a creature that is
So, I'll all right, party, gather around, and I'll pick up the creature and put it down, and pick up my trident and say, "I, Poseidon, tell you to transform back into your form." Anything happen?
The urchin sort of jiggles a little bit.
Could I take the astral compass and use detect magic on the creature?
No, I'll use detect magic from the compass. Thank you very much.
The compass detects no magic.
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe somebody left it here.
But I just chuckle
Huh.
and let the captain, you know.
You think maybe this is just a sea urchin?
I mean, how'd it get here? I like prod it with my thing.
Hang on, I'm gesturing at like the magma and stuff around. It's like, Captain, is this really the time?
Right, aren't we supposed to be looking for this tunnel?
Now, Zach, question: do the
Yes.
footprints continue uninterrupted, or do they disappear at the creature?
Well, it didn't look like necessarily they led to the creature. But the creature was nearby, on a rock nearby where the
I see.
footprints had been, or were.
Well, can we continue to follow those? 'Cause
For sure.
if we
yeah.
don't know where the entrance is, maybe this person did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll need a survival check for that.
All right, let's survive.
Yeah, I mean, if the captain's good spamming it, I'm good with that.
Well, I didn't succeed, so Captain probably.
Okay, the captain
best.
will just.
Oh, there it is.
And of course, yeah, the captain leading the way. You're able to pick up the trail, yeah, and it seems like they parallel this burned out swath of land, but they're looking like it's going in the direction towards the coastline.
Okay. We will follow. With that 22, can I know approximately how fresh these footprints are? How recent?
Quite recent. I mean, yeah.
So we'll hurry up. We will like double time to try to catch up.
All right. Yeah. So why don't we do another? How about? How about this will be a Constitution survival check this time? Because you've been tracking, right? You've been making your way through the woods, and now you're just trying to follow as fast as possible without, losing breath, losing ground.
I would be at +4, I guess, if I did one of those. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Nice. So as you
When that sea urchin turns out to be a boss fight, we're all gonna look really stupid.
That's true.
So you're hugging the edge of this forest line, and you're making your way down the slope. You have to cut into the jungle a little bit more to avoid a sinkhole that had formed. And as you're racing down, you suddenly stop almost short as the ground
Oh boy.
sort of opens up beneath you.
At least we
And
found the caves.
well,
Yeah.
not the caves. And suddenly you find yourself at the edge of one of these lava flows. With these little bits of island connected with old rope bridges. These bridges are covered in vines. Everything's slightly, blackened by because of the passage of the lava below. And on the far side of this chain, You see what seems to be a like a work crew, a digging crew, and they have unearthed this a couple pits on the far side. And you see, there's half a dozen workers and then one sort of overseer. She's got this, very wide-brimmed hat, a feather coming off of it, sort of just resting easily, her back against one of these old ruins.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem to have noticed you all yet. And all those workers, they're focused on the job over there. So for now,
Can we tell from here if she's dressed like a black rifter, like in any sort of style that seems like them?
You can make a perception check, sure.
I perceive. Okay. I perceive okay.
Yeah, it's with the distance, it's a little tough to make out any distinguishing marks.
Okay. Also, I don't know. That's Scarlet Kate. I don't know.
Could be. Don't listen to him, Bungo. That ain't Scarlet Kate. Oh, you're muted, Ray.
You think I don't know that, you darn fool?
I'm just making sure.
Got Irish real quick.
I talk like a pirate in my inner monologue to him now.
That's great.
So I don't know. Like I guess we should get at least one of us should get closer.
What's our approach here?
I would speculate what if they're friendly, but our experiences so far would suggest that.
Well, how about this? Why don't we send the bard, who is disarming and charming, to like chat with them and say like, "Pip pip, chitty-o, wandering through the forest, found some friends, like some biscuits or tea and crumpets," or I don't know. I guess that's how bards talk in this world. And just see, and then like if they try to stab him, then we'll know they're not friendly.
Also, don't forget we have our magic stardust on hand.
Ah, ooh, that's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
I know.
Why you're the intelligent wizard guy? You want to do it right? You kind of sneaky.
Am
Are
I
you
kind of sneaky?
Is he? I might be sneakier. I don't know.
I have a 2 in sneak.
Oh,
Right.
I'm sneakier than that.
Your armor does
a
hinder
3.
you a little bit, Kylam, of course.
I'm a 3, but I'm not wearing any armor.
Just check on the actual effects of wearing armor and stealth.
I think it's disadvantage.
Well, most heavy armor is disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to sneak ahead. Also, if I were to be caught, I think it would be okay. And also, we have the stardust. I don't know if we have enough that we could all just sneak past them, or.
Well, you have 2 doses, and yeah, actually, I don't know if I can.
Huh.
Yes, I
And
don't know.
remember,
How
we've got an extra body with us as well.
Did that
I don't.
output it for you? No.
But
I think you should go for it, Kylam.
All right, here we go.
I do get disadvantage on sneaky stuff, so it's probably not the best call in the world.
For honest, you should go.
Fairness,
Kylam,
yeah.
yeah, I'll sneak ahead.
You can you get each creature and object within 10 feet of you, of the person who uses it. So yeah.
So we could get us all.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go. I mean, if you guys are down with that, we can all douse ourselves, and I'll sneak ahead a little further and get a better look and eavesdrop here. If I could get invisible and at least get to this other side of this, looks like a wall here, I could kind of, solid snake sneak up against the wall and listen in. So I'm willing to do that if you guys are into that.
For sure. Yeah. So if you start making your way across, right, the boards of these rope bridges, right, creak under your feet, and they start to sway, and as you now make your way over the the magma flows itself, right? This wall of heat, right, is just rushing past you now. Varanus, in some way, you're reminded of your dream a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is like my dream.
Um,
Uneasy ground and intense heat. Yeah, this tracks.
Right. Luckily, your heritage, right, your resistance to the flames, right, does protect you enough here.
Mm-hmm.
But you could tell people with lesser, perhaps, protections might feel the heat
Right.
a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So I warn everyone of that. Careful. It's quite hot. And I will continue and just try to, like I said, get myself to here.
Yeah, I'd say as you start walking onto this bridge, you're now, because you're a lot closer to this person, you're going to need to make a stealth check.
All right.
Of course, you do get a large, uh, large boost from the invisibility.
What do I factor that into what I roll somehow? Or?
I think it's a plus 20. I'm pretty sure.
Wow. So plus 23. That's crazy.
Conditions.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's why we use the invisibility dust. That's what it's here for.
So yeah, Varanus,
back.
you're walking across this bridge and you hit a plank that has been a little too singed, and you suddenly plummet through the bridge, and you're still invisible, but now hanging from beneath the bridge by your claws.
Oh boy. I will try to pull myself up before I fall into lava.
Well, you're hanging there for a moment, and then you hear the sound of rustling, and the woman on watch, she says, "What was that?" On guard,
God.
men. There's.
You know what I'm gonna do? Is my invisibility still active?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, what I'll probably do is try to shimmy over so that at least when I pull myself up, I'll be in this bush. Just, I don't know how much more time I have here.
Yeah. Well, the rest of you see, right, the bridge crack open and it starts swaying violently. The pieces of broken planking fall into the magma and start burning.
I mean, I want to leap into action. Like when I see that, I want to
Sure.
start heading across these bridges as fast as I can to see if I can get there in time.
All right. Is anyone else also going with? Kyle?
Or I don't feel good about it, but I will.
All right. Why don't since you're moving so quickly, Kyleman, you're make an acrobatics check.
Yay! With a crit.
Bungo, you quickly lose ground behind Kylum. But fortunately for you, your smaller stature perhaps saves you from cracking through one of these bridges yourself. All right, Kylum, so you can dash, so if you want to move, or dashing speed. Bungo, I'll say, I think you make it across the third bridge there.
Nice.
What about Omar and Sweetness, or Sweetness? I guess Sweetness will guard the prisoner over here.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Sweetness would be nervous right now.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, I don't think, especially running. I'll keep the prisoner secure here.
I love that right now my party genuinely doesn't know if I just fell in lava and am dead forever. They're not totally.
For like a quarter second. I think they'll be like, well, sure, I'm not sure. Right? It's like, I don't know. But I like there might have been like a little scream. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's-
it's stoic though. Like it could be.
Yeah.
It could be like
Yeah.
for the mission.
Yeah, I can't compromise the rest of them. Just die silently in lava.
Oh no. Omarin is gonna stay back, figure out what the hell his crew is doing. He's gonna stay with Sweetness. He's worried that Sweetness is gonna have a nervous breakdown.
Sure. All right, Varanus. You can make me an athletics check to shimmy along.
All right. Could I pull myself out of this lava, or um, like I said, try to shimmy over here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Athletics check.
Okay. Oh,
Nice.
thank goodness.
Yes, so you're able to, using your, thicker claws than even most Dragonborn, right? You shimmy your way along the wall, digging deep in, and you're able, to pull yourself up in the concealment of the bushes there. You are still invisible.
All right, then I better move quick. My goal is to get, like I said, here behind
Yeah.
the cover of that wall. Can I? This looks precarious. But
You'd
this
have to
looks like
jump.
the way to go.
Or hand over hand kind of on those vines. Yeah.
Well, how about this? I don't know. Maybe this is push. I don't think this would work. Well, see what you think. I have the cantrip gust. It's really only supposed to be able to fully
Yeah.
move something no more than 5 pounds, but maybe it just I summon a bit of extra gust just to help propel me however much it may
Sure.
as I jump.
Do you want to spend a story point, perhaps, to go with that
Yeah.
gust?
Yes.
All right.
I would. And then what do I do?
Athletics check.
Okay, but I get advantage from the story point.
Yes. Excellent.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, chanting out to yourself, you conjure this gust, and you sort of almost float. Your cape catches the wind,
Hell yeah.
and you grab onto the
If
wall.
only I
here.
wasn't invisible so someone could see how cool it looks.
Yeah, right. And I'll say with the result of that check, you were actually even able to do it quietly enough that you didn't draw anyone's immediate attention.
That's lovely.
And Kylum, you sort of see like that this island ahead of you. There's disturbances. You think Varanus might be there.
Yeah, I saw some dust kick up like on the. It's not just on the edge anymore. Now it's sort of like on the land. It's like, oh, okay, that could be. Varanus, can you hear me?
And Varanus, now you can sort of peek around these ruins, and you see this woman now actually has a long staff of wood and metal, and she's got a grip on it, and she's looking like she wants to point it at trouble.
Oh, it looks like she is about to spellcast potentially.
Potentially. But she doesn't seem to have a target yet. So, Kylum, you want to keep pressing ahead, or?
I mean, if he's okay, I think we stick with the plan.
Right.
And like, all I was worried about was just if he was like gonna fall, I would have to transfer some shit.
All right, so just to give me a quick, like, I peek around, I take note of her, the workers. One, now upon closer inspection, do they look like they are potentially associated with Black Rift?
Now that you're closer and you see some of the normal laborers, they are indeed black rifters, but covered in grime and dirt after tons of toil. Right, it looks like they've been digging a while. You also now see that this large pit is full of bones, old remains,
Mm.
and yeah, there's the second smaller pit to the north. But yes, these are indeed rifters.
Okay, I think the move. I'm still invisible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and sneak up directly behind her, and with my shark tooth sword, basically sneak up behind her and kind of like get the jump on her with a sword to the throat.
For sure. All right. Why don't you make me another stealth check here?
Okay. I do have my little blessing thing, so depending on how this roll goes, I might use my tome to throw an extra d4 on here. But let's see. You know what? Even though that's a pretty good roll, just in case, I actually will. I'll use one of my what's it called? I can't remember what that ability was. Guiding, I think.
Willing, I think.
Or willing.
The tome, yes, wills your success. Oh, very nice. And so, yeah, you feel like almost like a cushion of air beneath your feet is created by your tome to muffle your footfalls a little more.
Yeah.
And you slide your sword under her throat, still invisible.
Maybe
right?
if I... Oh, nice. Maybe since I rolled pretty high on this too, I'd like to be able to just, right as I put the sword up, I immediately grab the staff that she has with my other hand. And then as I get close to her and disarm her, I'm basically going to say,
all right, you're gotten. It's a blade to your throat. Now, no, don't shout out. No funny business.
Hey, I don't know what's going on here, Sugar.
Oh, you're about to find out. Just keep quiet.
And I'm just basically waiting for my, I think, invisibility to actually wear off at this point, so that the party can see clearly that I've got her, and we can leverage the situation, hopefully.
Do all of you wait?
No, I mean I'm relatively close, and I might be able to maybe there's a perception check to see if this is happening, so I can tell if she's suddenly acting like super weird.
I think you can tell that pretty easily from your position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know what to look for, basically. It's like at some point Varanus is going to do some shit and either get in trouble or create an opening.
You know what? I just had an idea too. I whisper to her,
command them to step away, take a break, send them off.
And then I press the blade just a little closer, not drawing
closer?
blood or
yeah.
not drawing blood or anything, but I'm like, do it.
Well, why don't you make me an intimidate check?
I will. Is the situation I have her in perhaps
I
to
think
my
yes.
benefit at all?
You for sure have advantage here.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, nice.
19.
So she's like, fine. Hey lads, why don't you go take a rest? Get some water. It's hot out here. And they're like, oh, all right. You heard her. Let's go, fellas. And yeah, you see the other rifters wander off. They don't seem to go too far away. Maybe only 100 feet or so. And you hear them sort of carousing a little ways off in the jungle.
Right. Yeah, and I think at this point I just keep her.
Let me go?
No, I keep her very. In fact, I like probably just now bring her down onto a knee. And if I think these people are out of or I'll just try to at least audibly like, I've got her, kind of pushing her down. Hopefully, get the idea of what I've done here.
Sure.
I can already tell, right? Like it's very clear that there's some shit going down. And I will, loudly whisper back to Bungo. It's like, get the rest of the party. Varanus has made his move.
Get them for what?
I don't know, but he might need our help.
Get over here.
All right.
And remember what I said earlier about how hot it is.
Sure. It's also hot as we cross. I don't know if there's a mechanical representation of that.
There is. Kylum. If you could make me a Constitution saving throw.
I'd love to. That thing I prefer.
There it is, baby.
Excellent. So yes, you're able to withstand the heat. But it's not only the heat too, but all these gases that are coming up out of the magma. Bungo and anyone else who's coming across can make a Constitution save as well.
For what it's worth, I'm not like waiting for the party. I told
Sure.
Bungo that, and then I was gonna like go.
Yeah. We gotta strike while the iron's hot here, as it were.
So sweetness, yeah, we'll start leading the prisoner across.
Oh God.
He's got his sword. Well, not that you can see it, right? But right
He's just
at her back.
hoping and praying she gives him one excuse to just.
All right. So yeah.
Does the doctor end up so bloodthirsty? That's my question.
Omarin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He was like, "How can I
Constitution save?
professionally cut people up?" Well,
Bungo, as you run back and forth, you end up getting a little actually sick to your stomach, and so you become poisoned.
oh, phooey.
Yeah, from all the fumes here. Let's see, where's that file? There it is. All right. Amora and I still need a Constitution save. But Kylum, you can move all the way across.
Yes,
Excellent.
sir. With the crit.
All right, so everyone save Bungo, who comes across a little bit worse for wear. You all invisibly make your way across, and by the time the rest of you finish crossing the lava river bridges, the invisibility starts to wear off. It was only a short-lasting effect that time.
I'd like to also, as they're getting across, and I have her at sword point, go through her, like, make sure she doesn't have one of those weird boomstick wands or anything else, and just kind of disarm her.
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Well, she doesn't have any of those wands, but she does have a powder horn.
I disarm her of that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, she has one of these, then she probably. Anyway, I just keep a sword very tight on her, and once everyone's there, I give them a nod, and then I look at her and I say, "Who might you be?"
Me? I am. Don't take any truck with me, good sir. You have me at a disadvantage coming up on a woman all unawares.
I keep a, I make sure. I'm thinking there could be a gun somewhere here. I keep a, I'm like, maybe I tell her like put her hands up,
Well, my name is Beatrix, but I still don't understand what you're doing here. Like, we, why are you bothering me? Like, you come here with a sword to my throat. I've done you no wrong.
Well, many of your order have had truck with us, so spare us the act. What are you out here searching for?
Well,
I bet I know too.
uh, we're on a treasure hunt. You see, this land is filled with the old ruins of the lizard folk who lived here before the Dark Elves. Or, well, the Dark Elves almost, beat back the lizard folk, slaughtered many of their communities.
I tell the party, she ordered the others to go take a break, but they could be back soon. We'll want to make sure we're not ambushed. And we might want to see what it is that they have found or were close to finding down here.
Varanus, make me a perception check.
Oh boy. Nine.
Yeah, so, you sort of look up for a second, telling the others, all right, the rest of those rifters could be back. And you didn't notice the subtle shift in her stance, and suddenly she kicks out at that her staff that you had sort of taken, or holding holding away from her. She kicks at it and angles it down towards you. And we'll see. We'll see how things go.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty good. The staff explodes in fire and thunder.
Okay.
Right
Wow.
near your face. But let's see with disadvantage what happens here. Oh, 18.
If I could, I'd like to. Could I use my shield here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll use one of my spell slots to have that not hit me.
Sure. So this much larger version of the Black Rift wand, the end of it explodes in your face, and you're able to, put your arcane ward up against the damage coming in, but that distraction bought enough time for this woman to fight free of your saber's grip. And she says, "To arms! We're under attack! Rifters!" And I think that's where we can end for the evening.
More rifters.
Oh boy. Well, we had her for a sec anyway, gang.
And so, looking down at it, as the smoke clears from in front of your face, Varanus, this looks like just a larger version of these wands. You might call this a Black Rift staff.
Huh.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, so yes, that is where we'll end for the night at this strange excavation site, where the party has found themselves amidst Black Rift once again. They can't seem to get away from these guys on this island. But thank you all for joining us out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Had a good game. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody.
join us
Yes.
again two weeks from now, as we have more adventures on the Great Sea. So until next time, thanks for watching, and see you later.
Later.